Stuff We Play is home of everything weird and retro. And though I've covered quite a lot of weird and retro things and even a lot of modern things, it's very rare for me to actually do a video on my personal collection. Why don't I actually go through and go over some really weird things that are in my personal game collection? So in today's video, we're going over the top 5 weirdest items, whether they be games, handhelds, or gaming merch, that are within my personal game collection. So welcome to Stuff We Play, which once again is home of everything weird and retro. If that sounds cool to you, why not subscribe? This video is a little different than what I normally do, but I'm excited for this. And to start off, let's talk about a controller. An Xbox One controller. That's right, Xbox One controller. I don't own an Xbox One, but if you watch my live streams, particularly on Twitch when I'm playing games and whatnot, if it's a game that's being played either off my MacBook or on that netbook I use for fan games, I'm using this controller. Seriously, the Xbox One controller is my favorite controller of all time. But why am I not turning this around? Just a heads up, I'm kind of having to censor whatever's on the front of this, but I got this particular Xbox controller from a church thrift shop. That's right, a church thrift shop. Where I live, there is a church near my house that every Friday and Saturday during the summer has a thrift shop, and they have a lot of deals. And one morning I went right as they opened at 8 a.m. and I found a lot of Xbox One games, right? Just Call of Duty stuff. In fact, I went and traded them at a retro game store for some retro stuff. But also, in this $10 lot, and this is what sold me on it, this controller. But what's on the front of this controller? Well, as you can see, there's some weed. There's some more weed. There's even more weed. And then there's boobies. Let's get a nice close look at that. I mean, I understand this is an Xbox controller and that's the stereotypical Xbox crowd. And yes, also the weed makes sense because, well, I'm on the West Coast. I don't know, I kind of expected that, maybe they would have used some Goo Gone to get rid of these. Honestly, my first thought when I took this home with me was to actually use some Goo Gone to take the stickers off. But I just haven't because I was like, well, let's be honest, this is definitely a conversation piece. If I just put this on my coffee table downstairs, I have guests over, they're going to be like, why do you have an Xbox One controller with boobies and weed on it? But moving on from real boobies to anime boobies, let's go on to what's potentially one of the weirdest games in my collection. And currently, it's the only sealed game I own. Now, what system do you think this game in question is for? I've previously talked about a game called the Yakuken Special, which is just strip rock, paper, scissors, with a video I did of RGT85 back in January, and I made quite a few lewd jokes, like in my East 8 review when I made the illusion of tentacles. But would you believe what I said that this game, which, as far as I know is hentai, is a DVD game, and it's sealed? It's called Hourglass of Summer. I don't know much about it, but just hear the blurb on the back of this. The main character is living the normal life of a high school student. Right before summer vacation, he makes up his mind to ask out beautiful Kaho Serizawa. But the very next day, he wakes up to realize that summer vacation is over and he is day dropped, or time slipped, to September 1. Going to school in a state of confusion, the main character finds his grief-stricken classmates, telling that his girlfriend Kaho has died in a tragic accident on August 31. How did he start dating Kaho when he doesn't remember asking her out? And what were the tragic events that led to her death? Day dropping back and forth in time, the main character grapples with the problem of how to overcome his terrible fate awaiting the girl of his dreams. It's a summer vacation of fun that crosses the boundaries of time and space. And then just look at some of these pictures. That there seems to be a bit of side boob in one of them, to be honest. But yeah, this game is sealed. Apparently it's like 50 bucks sealed usually. I got this for $10 at a Curiosity shop in downtown Victoria. And it has the game and an art book, which I'm sure is completely wholesome. I'm not gonna unbox it now. I'm waiting for the right time to actually do a review of this game, and then I'll actually take it out of the plastic wrap for that review. But anyways, moving on from a strange game that's potentially lewd to something that's a bit more family friendly, I've actually pulled this out in a few videos before, and it's a Mario Party game, but it's actually a card game, sort of. It's a card game, video game mix, and that's Mario Party E for the Nintendo e-reader. Technically, it doesn't actually need the e-reader. The best way I can describe it is it has a mat and it has cards. Think of Uno, but with mini games, and you try to collect as many, I think it's like star cards as you can. If you don't actually have an e-reader, there's actually specific rules where you just use coin flips, but if you do have it, you can actually swipe the cards and play mini games when you come to them. I'll be honest, I think the coin flip method is a bit faster if you actually want to play it, but Mario Party E is still really cool, and there's a lot of cool stuff in here. I mean, you have your cards, which, you know, of course, is great for Mario Party itself, or if you want to play 52 card pickup with a Mario Party theme. How I actually got this game was a few years ago, actually, when I first started the channel, back when I was doing Let's Talk About Games. We went to a store called Game Over Video Games right when it opened up off 1960 in Houston. I bought this for, I think it was like 15 bucks. Really fun game. It's just hard to find people to play it with me. But another weird game, I got this for about the same price as that, actually, from a store called the Propaganda Palace in San Antonio, Texas. Mega Man 3, the Tiger Electronic game. This is the only Tiger game I own, and like most Tiger games, it's pretty terrible. It's in actually pretty nice condition. I kind of want to do a flat-out video on this at some point if I can get some other ones. Either one on just the Mega Man Tiger games, or just one on Mega Man 2 as well, or just Tiger games in general. Imagine a Mega Man game where you can run out of ammo. I mean, yeah, you can run out of ammo of your Robot Master weapons, but in this one you can literally run out of your base Mega Buster weapon. Who wants a Mega Man game like this? You know, it doesn't actually have graphics. You just have this cutout, and, you know, just lights up parts of the screen to mimic graphics. It's a game in the lightest sense of the world. It's terrible, but it's a cool Mega Man thing, and I'm glad I have it. So if you've been watching the channel a while, you know usually I like to talk about bootleg stuff. And I've saved the best for last, even if it is something I talked about in my most recent bootleg Pokemon stuff episode. I think back in March or April? Oh, whatever, it's in the iCard. This is something I think is really cool, and if you follow me on Instagram, I post a lot of pictures of this. But this is my bootleg Jamaican Pikachu. Jamaica, no problem. He didn't actually come with the sunglasses. These are from Build-A-Bear. I found them literally on the street outside my house once, and I cleaned them up. Jamaican Pokemon. That's right. You know, Pikachu is definitely my favorite Pokemon. Put your sunglasses on. So, yeah. No, there we go. Perhaps one of the most weird bootleg things I own. If you have some really cool weird stuff in your game collection, let me know. I love hearing about stuff like that. And besides, I want to make this channel feel more like a community. Because, well, community is everything on YouTube. And yeah, it's a social thing, you know? But anyways, thank you very much for watching. Back us on Patreon if you feel so inclined. Subscribe to the channel. All that great stuff. Stay classy. Y'all are awesome. I love you all. And I'll see you next time.